Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of AEW Weekly Wrap Up. I'm your host, Ethan Black. Today, we're going to talk about the all around on the results from last week's Rampage and the first episode of Collision. Also, talk about Dynamite, and also to preview the tonight's Rampage, 12th second episode of Collision, Forbidden Door, and a little bit of Dynamite. Also, some random other stuff, and also I'll talk about the Owen Hart Cup stuff at the end of the Dynamite review. So we'll just get in. So last week's Rampage. So we had, excuse me, in trios match, we had United Empire, Chef Kyle Fletcher, Will Ospreay defeating Chaos, Chuck Taylor, Rock Romero, and Tripper at 11 minutes and 33 seconds. Valkyrie defeat Trisha Dore at 3 minutes and 24 seconds. In a mixed trios action, we had the Briscoes, Mark and Papa Briscoe, teaming up with Aubrey Edwards defeating the Jarretts, Jeff and Karen, and Jay Lethal 9 minutes 45 seconds. In the main event, Canales getting Castro defeating Bandito 15 minutes and 11 seconds. Honestly, out of those show, I just recommend checking out the opening match, the United vs. Chaos match, and Takeshita vs. Bandito. And unfortunately, Bandito did suffer an injury during that match, so get better. And then on Collision Episode 1, we had for the detail, Luchasaurus defeating Warlow 10 minutes 43 seconds to win the title. Honestly, the match was alright, but I'm glad Luchasaurus won the detail. You know, Chris Cage was holding it after the match, but I mean, good for, but man, they gotta get Warlow's pretty much done now. Like, I don't know if Warlow made TK mad or what, but like, I don't know what's going on with Warlow anymore, but glad to see Luchasaurus winning TT title. Second match, Andre Elio defeated Trio Shane Buddy Matthews 13 minutes and 3 seconds via the figure 8, taking a page out of his fiance's book, Charlotte Flair's book. This match ruled. I just won 7 out of 10. Then in our third match, we saw Miro making his return. He defeated Tony Nese 3 minutes 20 via game over. Pretty much a squash match. I guess 5 out of 10. Tag team match, we had Sky Blue and Will Nightingale defeating Outcasts, Women's Champion Tony Storm and Roby Soho 8 minutes and 4 seconds via Cold Blue on Roby Soho. This match was actually pretty entertaining. I just won 6 out of 10. I like all 4 of these women, so I'm glad they're, especially Sky Blue, getting the hometown win. In the main event, trios actually with FTR, AEW World Tag Champs FTR, Catch and Dax Harwood team with CM Punk defeat Bull Cup Gold, Jay White, Juice Robinson, and the Ring of Honor TV Champs Mojo 25 minutes and 12 seconds. This one, main event trios match was fun as well. My only complaint was I kind of wish they took 5-10 minutes out of the match, but I mean, it was still an excellent match. But Collision was actually a really good episode. This episode 1 Collision matches I recommend are Andrade vs. Buddy Matthews and the FTR Punk vs. Bull Cup Gold Small Joe match. But now we will go into Dynamite, so we kick it off with basically the Battle of the Brothers tag match. We had the Guns, Austin and Cole defeating the Hardy Boys, the Hardys, Matt and Jeff 7 minutes and 2 seconds via 310 to Yuma on Jeff. I mean, this match was alright. You kind of figure, like, the Guns were, I mean, it was pretty cool. The Hardys, I get, like, Jeff can't come to Canada because of recent charges of DUI and stuff, but I mean, it was a good match. Even though Juice came with strength, Jay White knocks Jeff on top rope. We still fully don't know if the Guns are part of Bullet Club Gold or not, but little lines there. But honestly, it was fun. Lovatic won 6 out of 10. Then after match, Bullet Club and the Guns start attacking the Hardys. Couldn't Juice and Jeff with a world course. He was going to do the same to Matt, but we saw Ricky Starks runs out, but he got laid out basically 4-1. You see the World Tag Champs FTR run out, but they get enough to CM Punk to even up the odds, even though his pick didn't play. And then he tried to hit Juice with GTS, but he escaped. So Punk grabs him up and said, he actually said next week, but he said he's not even supposed to be here as he's a Collision guy, but Excalibur said it's going to happen this Saturday. But overall, not fun little, like, 15-20 minute segment overall. Then we go to our second match. It's a concession stand brawl. Jeff Jarrett versus Mark Briscoe. It did start in the concession, but it pretty much ended in the ring, which honestly, you kind of misled in a certain way. Like, you think the whole match would be in the concession stand, and Jeff Jarrett playing the heel said Karen, Sanjay, and Jay Lethal and Sonny will interfere, but all 4 of them did. Papa Briscoe got a huge pop when he chokes on Lethal. That was a cool spot for the table. Jarrett's gonna have fun cleaning the mustard out of his hair. I like how Aubrey said on Rampage last week that if she saw Karen interfere, she was gonna kick her ass, but we didn't see Aubrey, so Aubrey kind of misled. Then we saw Best Friends, Tremper and Chuck Taylor, Lucha Bros, and Chris Riddle all around take out Saddam Singh, and then Pentagon Jr. kicked Jarrett, and then Mark got the world win at 8 minutes tonight. I mean, it was a fun little match. I give this one 5 out of 10, but I kind of wish they did more in the concession stand in like 2 or 3 minutes. And we go to Blackpool Combat Club. Alongside Don Callis and Konosuke Takeshita. By the way, if you guys haven't heard the Don Callis episode of Talk is Jericho, I cannot recommend that enough. It was actually a really good episode. And then probably they'd find Pro Wrestling 2023 and Forbidden Door. They see him assemble elite team. It would be Moxley, Yuta, and Castagnoli up BCC team with Takeshita and Shota Umino. And they challenged the Elite to a 5-5 match of Forbidden Door. And then Brian Danielson double Kazuchika Call Club. He's not here. He said he's nothing when he's an amateur. And when he gets there, he's got to call Kali. If he doesn't show up, he'll prove to everyone what he's been being an amateur and a coward. This segment rule, but we will find out who the Humbucks pick for their partners later in the show. And then we go to a trios match. We have Lee Suzuki, Gonzalez, Chris Jericho, Minoru Suzuki, and Sammy Guevara. They defeat Action Andretti, AR Fox, and Darius Martin at 10 minutes and 20 seconds via a line tamer on Darius Martin. This match rule, I actually enjoy this match. I just went 6 out of 10. I like how Darius tried to chop Minoru Suzuki, but Suzuki, he's not going to sell, and fans were chanting, "You effed up." And then Minoru Suzuki chopped Darius really hard. AR Fox and Jericho in there for a few minutes was pretty cool. Same with Action Dre, who beat Jericho a few months ago. Excuse me, sorry about that. And then Suzuki takes on Darius for the far form. Guevara comes out, hit the double counter on both Andretti and Martin, but that was pretty cool. I wouldn't mind seeing Guevara and AR Fox actually go one-on-one. But honestly, this was a fun little 10-minute match. I just won 6 out of 10. And then Jericho, after the match, takes the microphone away from Nate Paquette. And it's his moment in pro wrestling history where him and Sting were in the ring last week together. Jericho says Sting is hell set, and how egotistic he is. He claims Sting's to be a hero, but he just shows where the high bidder is. He's up for the impression what he thinks. I'm not going to say on the show. So, Lee Suzuki do challenge Sting and Darby to fight apart, face him in a trios match at Forbidden Door, and Jericho said they are undefeated because last year at Forbidden Door they defeat Yuta, Kingston, and Umino. And at this match they're 2-0. So Darby and Sting came out and said they accept the challenge, and Jericho wanted them to announce the partner, but Darby said they'll find out on Collision on Saturday. And we found out it was weird. They announced they were doing a blind eliminator. We thought it was going to be the start of it, but instead they were just doing the drawing. So we saw Shivani and RJ City pick 2 names, but we didn't know. But the brackets will be revealed next week on Dynamite. We'll find out those 2 later in the show, who they are. And speaking of Elite from earlier, they had a pre-tape because Elite and Punk still can't be in the same rooms. Pablo comments said Omega's busy on Sunday. We'll got friends, and they have friends all over. Omega said a lot of people hate the BCC. It's just him and found a friend and expect place as Eddie Kingston walks in the picture. He said he doesn't like or respect him at all. Nobody hates Claudio more, but says they need a 5th person. He said he'll pick the 5th person, which we'll find out in the main event segment. Excuse me. And Adam Cole mixes way down the ring. He has the Chicago crowd who's ready for story time. He hates him, but he gets the devil's doing. Says MJF gave one of the toughest matches of her career last week. He says MJF did the cowards, but I'd give him the extra 5 minutes. And brings out MJF never being quote unquote asked MJF to come out, but the rematch. So MJF makes fun of her. He to keep the talent Chicago keep their poor mouth shut. And he congratulates Cole the first time in a very long time someone came to play, and the Pamela came back than ever. And Dallas Cole won't thank for bringing it back. MJF is worried about Cole in time to run if he had Cole beat. He says that Cole personal friend and he cares about Cole's health and is being sent over to his rematch. And then Cole basically challenges a fight in Chicago. And then Tony Schiavone stands up and they both feel Schiavone, which I did get a laugh out of that. This is the name he drew for the blind tag team tournament where Cole and MJF, and they both looked at each other like they were shocked. And then we see Hiroshi Tanahashi, the challenger for the AEW World title, calls MJF for Kevin Knight this challenge. So Cole basically calls him again for Knight, and it's Tanahashi's power room. So MJF gets mad at the coward chant and accepts the match from Tanahashi. And he says good luck, partner, and then leaves MJF. I mean, it was a fun little segment there, but I actually can't wait to see MJF and Adam Cole team on the blind tag team eliminator. Speaking of tag team matches, we go to International Orange Cassidy team with the Ring of Honor peer champ Kazuchika Shibata to go against the New Japan Pro Wrestling World Television champ Zack Sabre Jr. and Daniel Garcia. And Sabre Jr. and Garcia do get the win at 16 minutes and 36 seconds via roll up on Shibata. Garcia does get the pin. This was actually a fun match. Honestly, this is the best match of the night. I just went 7 out of 10. Pretty much 3 champions that you got Dale Garcia. But I imagine they're probably going to set up a match for Dishonor between Shibata and Garcia for the pure title, because lately on Ring of Honor, Garcia's been in a lot of pure rules matches, and I'll talk about the Ring of Honor stuff in a few minutes. Honestly, but I kind of wish they did one-on-one with Orange and Zack Sabre Jr. So after the match, basically these 4 will meet. Basically, they confirmed they will meet for the national Forbidden Door in a 4-way. They all tussle for it, and then Cassie grabs her for Shibata and hits to the back. And we go backstage. We see Alec Marvez. He bumps into Will Ospreay. And that's about Despair and Canadians going for Forbidden Door. And then Ospreay tells him he's secure for the people who got bum rush at the airport. Then we see a fellow Canadian, Don Kells, walks in. So Canada's been his fan base will finds and need better security. He'll make his own security for Ospreay. That's what he wants out of this. Kelsey just wants a fair fight. Honestly, I'm excited for Ospreay Omega 2. And then we go to the main match. TBS on the line. Chris Jericho defends Tyler Valkyrie. And Chris retains the title. 8 minutes, 55 seconds via Wednesday Night Fever. Actually, this match, it wasn't too bad. This was my second favorite match of the night. I just went 6 out of 10. I wouldn't mind actually these 2 running the back. Ty was playing more heel on this, she was mad. But yeah, it was okay. This one 6 out of 10. And then we get a Kingston. He said, he put Charlotte because he just had surgery and ate a lot of ice cream. He says he can't stand Claudio all out as Shawn Mox waits out and get Eddie's face. Mox says they stand against to destroy them, but he drew the line, but King says Mox drew the line and Mox Claudio. Mox says every time Kingston tells a fish thought but Kingston he was pretty much a page. He's like, he announced that 5th man is 1/3 of the New Japan Pro Wrestling Never Openweight 6-man tag team. The Stone Pitbull Tomohiro Ishii. He makes way up, but we see the rest of BCC, Yuta, Castagnoli, and Danielson jump Kingston as Ishii runs, but he gets hacked as well. Danielson says he got him, and Okada doesn't going to come out. He will stomp Ishii's face out, which that promotes fellow Never Weight 6-man tag team partner in Chaos. Remember, Okada come out. They have a face up. The fans of Chicago went nuts for Okada. And then Yuta attacks call from Okada. Does Danielson takes out Yuta with a psycho knee by accident, and then try to hit the Rainmaker on Danielson, but Danielson escapes. Thank God they didn't do the Rainmaker spot on that. I think that would have been kind of dumb, honestly. And then Okada hits Yuta with the Rainmaker, basically officially kick him out of the former Chaos member. But honestly, this may even say ruled. I actually enjoyed this week's episode of Dynamite. And out of the matches I recommend, I say take like the latest two guys for Andrade, Ayers, Darius Martin, the Garcia Sabre for Shibata Cassie match, and then the TBS title. That's the only ones I recommend checking out. And now, so they did announce the brackets of the Owen Hart Cup for both men and women's. So I'll run these down. So the quarterfinals, it will start this Sunday for Forbidden Door. It'll be CM Punk versus Joshi Kojima. And then on the June 29th episode of Collision, it's going to be Rodron for Samoa Joe, Dustin Rhodes versus Powerhouse, and Juice Ross for Ricky Starks. So the winner of the Punk Kojima will meet the winner of the Strong Joe match, and the winner of the Dustin Hobbs match meets the winner of the Juice Ricky Starks match. And then the Women's Owen Hart Cup. So this will start actually tonight's Rampage. I know who won the NJs, but out of respect, I'm not going to spoil who won it. So Burt Baker will be on the first night after Forbidden Door, June 28th. AJ for Sky will be on tonight's Rampage, and then tomorrow night, June 24th, it'll be Nyla Rose versus Will Nightingale. And on the Forbidden Door pre-show, it'll be Ring of Honor Women's Champion Athena versus Billy Starks. So basically, after next week, we will know the semifinals. And then tonight's Rampage, we have an 8-man tag. We have Chuck Taylor, Ciampa, Rockamere, and Yo of Chaos. Go get the United Empire as well as Ray Kyle Fletcher, Jeff Cobb, who's able to swear Strickland. Trios action, The Acclaim, Anthony Bones, Max Caster, and Billy Gunn. Go gets Axel Rico, Darius Latar, and Kota Hernandez. Like I said, our first quarterfinal match of the Women's Owen Hart Cup. Anna Jay goes on with Sky Blue. And Jack Perry, the number 1 for the IWGP World Heavyweight title, will meet just 5 guys. Remember Doki? That one looks really good. And then tomorrow night's Collision, 8-man tag, AEW Tag Champs, FTR, CM Punk, and Ricky Starks. Go against Bullet Club Gold and the Guns. Another quarterfinal match of the Women's Owen Hart Cup. Nyla Rose versus Will Nightingale. Swerve Strickland versus Hiroshi Tanahashi. And Trios champ Brody King versus Andrade El Idolo. Actually, this episode Collision looks really good. And then we'll Forbidden Door card on June 20th, this Sunday. So there is a match in here. I am going to spoil, so if you don't want to hear it, just skip over like 30 seconds. So Kidman will defend the IWGP United title against Will Ospreay. Never openweight 6-man tag chip. Goes well with Brian Danielson. That is main event, apparently according to Excalibur. Sonata defends the IWG World title against Jack Perry. MJF defends the World title against never openweight six-man tag team Hiroshi Tanahashi. In trio touch, let Suzuki Gus, Chris Jericho, Minoru Suzuki, and Sammy Guevara go against Darby Allin and to be determined. That we'll find out on tomorrow's Collision. 10-man tag match, never openweight six-man tag team. Tomohiro the Elite, him and Page, and the Young Bucks teams with Eddie Kingston. And in Bible Comic Con, go against Bible Comic Con, Shawn Moxley, we're in Ring of War with champion Claudio Castagnoli, team up with Shota Uno and Konosuke Takeshita. And then, like I said, our first quarterfinal match of the Menzo and Hard Cup, CM Punk versus Joshi Kojima. Orange Cassidy defends the international against television, New Japan Pro Wrestling Television Champion Zack Sabre Jr., Kazuchika Shibata and Dale Kojima in a fatal four-way. Tony Storm defends the women's title against a strong women's champion, Will Nightingale. And then our third quarterfinal match of the Women's Owen Hart Cup. This is in the pre-show. Ring of Honor Women's Champion Athena goes one with Billy Starks. And then the spoiler match, it is Adam Cole going with Tom Lawler. And then next week, made for Dynamite so far, Britt Baker in the final quarterfinal match of the Women's Owen Hart Cup. And then we'll find out the brackets of the Blind Tag Team Eliminator Tournament. So that's all the AEW stuff. And then for Ring of Honor, just getting the Ring of Honor stuff up here. Sorry, just trying to. Right. So we came with 8-man tag team. We had Ring of War tag teams, Lucha Bros, Pentagon Jr., and Ray Phoenix. Teams with El Hijo defeat Kingo and Commander defeat the Butcher, the Blade, Kipsy, and Sir Pentago. That was a fun little match. I just won 7 out of 10. Grant Gill Local defeat Willie Mack. That was also a fun match. That one's a 7 out of 10 as well. In the third match, Trish Adora defeat Allison Kay. I give this one 6 out of 10. Kyle Fletcher defeats Silas Young via reverse hammerlock DDT. That one was, I give this one 6.5 out of 10. And in a non-title match with the 6-man tag team Mogul Embassy, that's Brian Cage, Toilet, and Khan, defeat AJC, Luke Kurz, and Trent Storm. Don Castle, that match, I give 4 out of 10. Don Castle with Josh Woods. Don Castle got the win over Josh Woods. I give this one 5 out of 10. Tag to mention the Infinity, Carly Bro, and Sean Dean defeating the Kingdoms, Matt Taven, and Mike Bennett. Pretty much Trish Adora came up to help the Infinity get the win over the Kingdom, so it looks like we're set up for a 6-person tag match, probably in a future episode of Ring of Honor. And a more tag match did something is Big Bill and Lee Marty RTV, Matt Sedon, and Blake Christian. I get all 6 out of 10. And same with the Infinity Kingdom, that one gets a 6 out of 10 as well. Then more tag match with the Dark Order, John Silver and Alex Reynolds defeating the Bang Bros, August Matthews and David Bang. That was a squash. I get a 4 out of 10. Now to the Master Righteous Duke Gracie Pro challenge Dark Order to a 6-man tag match next week, I believe. The way Lilo Gray defeating Dean Monte. That match was, I give it a 5 out of 10. 6-man tag team Action Giant, Eric Fox, Darius Martin defeating the Workhorsemen, J.D. Drake and Anthony Henry, and Shane Taylor. I get that one 6 out of 10 as well. In a Pierce Williams match, Daniel Garcia defeat Rocker Miro. I get that one 7 out of 10. I actually enjoyed that match very well. In the main event, 13th final match, in a Chicago Street for the women's title, the champion Athena defeat Kira Hogan. Wow, what a main event between those two women. I did some crazy spots. The thumbtack spot, the superplex for 20 chairs. That was a crazy bump, but I think it does get the win with that. I get it 1 7 out of 10. So, honestly, a pretty good episode of Ring of Honor TV. The only match I recommend is the 8-man tag, Gringo Local versus Willie Mack, the Imperials match, and the Chicago Street Fight. Honestly, if I had to pick my match of the night, if I had to pick out of the 4, would be the main event. But it was a great episode. But that is all I got for this week, guys. I'm your host, Ethan Black. I'll be back next week to talk about all the stuff in AEW. Have a good weekend, guys, and stay safe.
Thanks for listening to the WWE Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe on your favorite podcast app so you don't miss a show, or head to WWEpodcast.com. And for all of these shows ad-free, head over to patreon.com/WWE Podcast. Until then, we'll see you next time.